Hey, this is BB. As you can see, my face is like a fucking full moon right now. So, I got mad. This morning I woke up like about 6 o'clock and I was, trying to entertain these people. Like I find it if I try to talk to them, and I know that there are people out there who will, when this goes to court, and at some point I'm sure it will, because I want it to go to court. I'm sure some members of this group also wants it to go to court. And I'm ready for it. One of the things before I get further is that they will trick you. These people, I believe, are providing certain experiences. Anybody who is on these internet, these little things that they do, they're providing these experiences. Someone had mentioned one about a girlfriend experience, so I don't know what a girlfriend experience means. I don't know if they were talking about that 50 Shades of Grey movie. I have no idea. Well, I don't know. But I haven't seen the movie personally. I have no idea. I know it's based on the Marquis de Sade, who was very, very well, he was a psychopath, basically, sociopath, whatever you want to call it, cannibal as well. I mean, they had done the whole smorgasbord of atrocious activities, sins, blasphemies, whatever you want to call them. They provided a lot of. He was just like a man who had these parties and where there were no inhibitions. Everything was just they would do whatever you will. There was rape, there was torture, there was mutilation, and then they ended up in cannibalism. So it's like some of these people are actually doing that in real life and providing these experiences. See my face? It looks like it's swollen. Ah, God. Looks like I just cut my... Anyway. You see my face, how it looks? Like it's swollen on this side, right here. This is probably the side that's getting the blast the most. Yesterday my face looked different. Today this is what it looks like. Whatever this broadcast, I just feel like it's just tingling all over. And like it's just... And your throat feels like it's just tightening. You feel like somebody pushing something here, pushing there. You see underneath here how it looks? It just feels like it's just like somebody pushing their finger in there and just tightening on the inside. I have no idea. They get a real kick out of doing that. It's like they feel like they've just arrived at heaven's gate. This generation is coming up. Most of these kids, most of these young people, torture is the word. And the parents are going to have to do what they need to do to get them where they need to get them, because they can't hide it anymore. They can't hide it anymore. They're gonna have to get them help, because the parents themselves are starting to indulge themselves in whatever this is. I have a feeling it's this adrenochrome craze, whatever they're getting from this adrenochrome. That's like something that your body naturally produces. And I think that when they put it on their tongue, or they eat it, or they drink it, or whatever they do, or they put it in food, I don't know whatever they do, but whatever they do, it's causing them to actually, I don't know, maybe to go, they feel like if they're getting like all the creative energies and the vibes and frequencies from whoever they're extracting this thing from. But then they're also getting all the negative attributes to all these things, if you go by that belief system. Or it's just an excuse for them to do bad and to blame someone else. Getting bald at the front. For them to do bad and to just blame somebody else. Blame man, woman, and child, because they can get it from anybody. They can get the adrenochrome from anybody, so they can blame man, woman, or child, and they probably blame all three. A bad person, an alcoholic, a junkie, whatever, will use anything as an excuse to get that fix, to get that drink, to get that food. Like me, to have that extra meal, to have that extra fat on my plate, or cheese filled with fat, whatever. They'll any excuse and blame anybody and their mama it's their fault. Because when it's somebody else's fault, we can't get better until that person is fixed. Myth. Doesn't work like that. We can't get better until they're fixed. Sometimes they do get fixed and they're gone, and we're still like waiting for another patsy to fall in the midst. Well, it's his or her fault now. It's always someone else's fault that they're waiting on that person to either get better or get worse. That's the definition of loser. The definition of a loser is how a loser defines themselves. This is the definition they should use. This is a loser, waiting on the other person to change before they can get better. Like they're so joined at the hip. But anyway, getting back to this is like I woke up and I was talking to myself, like well, not talking to myself, like, you know, trying, like I reason with them, whatever. I do that a lot, and you will find that people out there who do this, they try to reason with them. Now I don't know what these people are doing, and I don't know if other people are peeping in. Like let's say that there's this neural link monitoring. Now if they have access to whatever this is, even if they creeped into my home at night and they injected something in the back of my head or whatever, I don't know. Somebody else would have access to it as well. Somebody else is possible. It's possible for them to have access to it. What if that happens and they're able to lock on to this frequency of whatever this chip is emitting? Because the chip will emit a frequency. The chip will emit data. And if it's transmitted like a cell phone, sometimes cell phones, they cross-carry. You have interference. Sometimes you're talking on a landline and you're talking to somebody else, and these things happen. Well, I believe with a landline it's harder and it's easier with a cell phone, because cell phones are more like it's not a direct line. It's airwaves. If it's airwaves, then it can be hacked into, it can be tapped into, it can be harnessed, it can be what's the word? It can be communicated with, it can be locked in, it can be transmitted back and forth. Data can be transmitted. This is how a cell phone works. So if that's the case, if somebody else comes in, what they're doing now is that they'll force you to say something, like if I'm the one providing this near-death experience. I'm just one fucking woman. They're the ones providing it. If that's what they're doing. I have no idea. I said if it was the fucking stamps they stole from my grandma, my father's money out the bank, the shares between me and take the motherfucker and go. Get on with it. Get the spending. Get the fuck away from me. What do they want? I'm not going to come look for it. I already told my aunt, stop looking for it. Give the bitch what she wants. Give them what they want. You don't have to kill me for it. My father wouldn't have wanted that. My father wouldn't have wanted that. My grandma would have burned the fucking stamps. She would have burned them. She was a good woman, a kind woman. I was the apple of her eye. She would have never wanted this. If she knew this, that anybody would have harmed me because of these pieces of fucking paper, she would have burned them. What do these people want from me? I don't know. Did they put something inside of me that says, has access? I don't know what they've done. It's like they're making me think all kinds of things. They're making me think all kinds of, don't stop, and it makes me angry. So if somebody else locks into this frequency, whatever, and they're trying to push me to say things, well, I am the one who's providing the, I want to, and I want them. I want them. Come in my 2x4, let's work at it. Let's show the world what happens after you fucking die. This time it'll be your turn. If this is what they're doing, I don't know what else to think. I just don't understand what else could it possibly be. I was told twice. I lived in Antioch, California. And I was renting a room from someone. Twice he told me. He said, "You're breathing. I have sleep apnea. I'm overweight." He stopped breathing. And then he actually felt something in the house. He felt a presence. He felt something in the house. I'm like, okay. I woke up and he was praying out loud. I don't know. I just thought of that. I just remembered that, I should say. Then he was his friend came over later that same day. It was a Sunday morning, and he was saying, she looked tired. Last I looked tired. He said I kept her up because I was praying. He was trying to make a joke out of it. Because I woke up to him praying. He was praying out loud because he saw something in the house. I don't know. I've always attracted these things. I have a light from God. I attract these things. These people want to harness them and control me. I don't know what they want. See, it's not just about the stamps. This cannot be about those fucking stamps. This is something else they want. I don't know what it is. If there's something that God wants me to do, if a small thing, just to relay a word to someone or a message to someone, or just do something, these people are stopping this train from moving forward. I'm not a saint, but I'm not a sinner like them. And one of the things I do is if I make a mistake, I try not to do it again. I try to correct it by not repeating the mistake over and over and over and over, because I don't want to. This is how you show that you're really sincerely tired of messing up or fucking up. You move on. You don't repeat the mistakes. Sometimes it just goes and you sit down and you say, well, look, Father, this is what I've done. These are the things I've done. I don't know what else to do, and I want to lay it on you. This is what I've done. Do what you will. But whatever you do, don't cut me off from you. Because that will be like an airless breath. You don't want that. Don't want that. But anyway, now my head is hurting. It's like the same fucking thing. I don't know what they want. It's almost like they're squeezing my fucking back of my head. My nose is burning. I can smell the fucking chlorine. There's a tall one. She loves the fucking chlorine. She's the queen of fucking chlorine gas. And she watches the reaction and I don't know if she gets wet. I don't know what she does. I don't know what's her takeaway from this. What is her takeaway? What is she getting from it? There's something she's getting from it. Something. These people need to check themselves and look at what they fucking do. They want to fuck with people? Start with their fucking selves. See how they adapt to dying and coming back, or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Take a walk on the wild fucking side. Don't push another person in front of the train. You want to know what happened when a train hit you? There's another one coming. I'm just saying.